You're listening to After the Review with Peter and Terrell. New episodes of our podcast are available every Tuesday afternoon on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean. If you like our content, remember to comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the episode. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and he's back, everybody. Terrell, welcome back. We found you.
Yeah, I had to do my Jordan retirement deal, retire for a little bit, come back. So I think I'm going to give you a couple more runs, give you a couple more championships, and I'll probably retire again soon here. And then I might come back later in life when you give me sweet the deal for me, like a part ownership or something crazy, like Jordan did with the Wizards. So that's probably the plan here, but we'll see how it goes.
Too bad we didn't get any championships the first time.
yeah, we didn't get the championships the first time, we go. Yeah, that's the only part that's different. But afterwards, it's all uphill here from here.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's just get into the Last Dance because it finished our 5-week journey into the last run of the Bulls, the Jordan doc. What'd you think? It was pretty good, I thought.
No, I thought it was really good. As it comes out more and more, they didn't have episode 9 and 10 finished. Like when they started this.
Yeah, because they rushed. Yeah, because they had to rush. They rushed it out with everything shut down.
Yeah, and you could not tell. You could not tell it was rushed at the end. And supposedly they were doing Zoom calls, trying to edit and piece things together, which I am sure that's not how you do. When you edit a video, a document, that's not how you do it.
Yeah, you want everybody in the room.
And you be able to watch it and everything like that. So. I'm sure that was, hats off to that crew. Jason, I don't know how to say his last name, Hare, maybe is how you said, who's the director of this. He did a great job. No, it was all great. It gave me everything I wanted. It was real, truth, MJ moments, especially. I loved every time he grabbed the iPad and he looked back on what someone said.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, really?
I'll tell you what, you learned a lot about MJ. For me, he's a psychopath, just flat out. He's a crazy person. The way he approaches winning and that's his only drive in life is win. I don't care. I'm gonna win. And man, he's bitter. He holds resentment for the littlest things on people. In this last episode, you could see him. He was with Jerry Reinsdorf was talking about how he offered Phil the job to rebuild, we weren't going to be able to keep the team together. And MJ was like, man, you could have offered everybody a 1-year deal. They would have came back. We would have won again.
Is he wrong, though?
I don't know. I don't think they would have won again. Do you? They look like they were pushed to the brink in this thing.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have won, but it's one of those things. It's okay. It's great. I guess it's twofold.
It's more legacy. Ooh.
Yeah, it's great that they went out the way they did because they went out winning a championship. You always want to go out on top, I think. But you also wanted to defend your title. I guess you blow it up after it's all said and done. When it doesn't work anymore. That's when this is all done. Kind of the Patriots. They really wrote it off until it was the very end.
And then you get beat.
You get beat, and then that's when things kind of crumble. Jordan leaves, Brady leaves. Example, people retire. Gronk retired. All of a sudden, you start to slowly rebuild, and you see that they got to build it back up. And I think that's the same thing the Bulls should have done. I don't think it would have worked with Krause and Phil Jackson. Once you say that at the beginning of the year that everyone's going to go on, and I don't think that's even needed to say at the beginning of the year. Everyone's gone. It's the last dance. This is Phil's last year, no matter what.
Yeah, you can go 82-0 and he's gone.
Yeah, he's
what?
Gone. So, I think the owners should have, he should have made it work. Stepped in. There was a lockout that next year, so.
There was only a little bit of a lockout, I think.
There was. They played only 50 games and.
So it was kind of like what was it 2012 or 2011 the Brown lockout, similar thing.
They played 60. I think they waited all the way until January, and that's when they started playing. So it was they took the whole fall off, which we might come to know that's how basketball starts. That's a story for different day. But it's twofold to that because I think if you have a lockout year, Jordan and those guys
can get fresh.
They can get fresh, but also they played so many games in so little time. I don't know if that would have wore them out. But again, that Knicks team that year, the AC Knicks team made it to the finals. So I think it's hard. It's easy to go back and say they should have done it because it is what it is. But I don't know. I would have ran the wheels off until I would have rode the car until the wheels went off. So
I think they would have been done at that point. So let's see. You had the Knicks team went to the finals. You would have had that Pacers team again with Reggie. How about a Vince Carter led Raptors and an Allen Iverson led Sixers to go through the East and a Paul Pierce Celtics? I don't see any way the old men are getting it done at that point.
I just think it's one of those things. It's like Jordan, like he said in the doc, like that was the time he was able to couldn't mentally win games and stuff like that. And I think that would have been able to get him one more year or whatever. But again, if you lose, it's over though. But you don't know, you really don't know if you ever could have got a 7th championship though. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things you you missed 100 shots you don't take, and it's kind of that one cliche scenario. But
he could have got a 7th. So. He could have got a 7th championship. He chose to come back to the Wizards for 2 years.
I think he wanted to. If he was gonna do it, he's gonna want to do it that crew. He wasn't trying to do it new team. I think
it's not great. It doesn't speak to LeBron's greatness right there. He ain't trying to win like that.
Let's not get in that conversation.
No, I liked it. This, who really came off good in this for me is Phil Jackson. Holy crap, the Zen master. The patience on this man to coach these teams, just Dennis Rodman alone would drive people insane. That skipping practice before game 4 of the finals, to go wrestle, and Phil's like, that's Dennis. So I'm okay with that. So I like that. And he could handle Michael and everybody. And then he did the exact same thing with LA. He's got 13 rings. That's crazy.
He came off. I mean, the latest Phil Jackson we have is just all bad news, right? But Phil Jackson, the whole is a great coach. Great person, pretty good basketball player too. The patience he had, to know his players, his whole his Zendu master deal, his. He has the bleeds and all these things. Everything like that it was what that team needed. And I understand why Michael only wanted to play for Phil. And I understand why Phil was able to make it work in LA because he's like, this is something I experienced already and everything. So that was awesome. He did really come off really great. I think Scottie Pippen came off really great. It showed how
I thought the other way about Scottie.
Really? Because it showed how much Michael really relied on Scottie and needed Scottie. He was like, and then at the end, he was like, man, if Scottie come back, I was scared as hell. It shows oh, wow, Michael Jordan saying how much he really needed needed Scottie out there. So I thought that said a lot about Scottie. Obviously Scottie had his down moment when he
that's it for me. You're done for me. You can't ever, dude. As a man, as a competitor, how do you do that? I especially when he hits the shot. I understand wanting the ball, but you don't sit out. You can be pissy and you can have him blow up with the coach afterwards, especially if he misses the shot. But he made the shot. That's so bad. I'm gonna sit. I'm not playing. What? That's a bad look, man.
That's a bad look. I think what's worse for me was that he said he didn't regret doing it, and I think
after all this time, he was like, "I'll do it again."
Yeah.
What?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you wouldn't do it again.
As much crap as he got for that. So.
Yeah. Also, I don't. How's Scottie Pippen doing financially? Because I know he's super underpaid. Is he still making money, or I'm sure he is someplace.
I think he was doing something. Why did I think he was a part of an ownership group somewhere? I don't know. He had something going on.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can look this up. But let's see, Scottie Pippen. What's he doing? I don't know. Was he an advisor for somebody? Let's see, I don't know. This is a lot of downtime. It's not a great content for the pod, but
he is on ESPN The Jump, but I don't know if he's any ownership in anything.
I don't know. We can pull. I'll keep looking while we talk about this. I also you go back to Phillies. Phil was down. I think Phil got it back when he left left the Lakers the first time and got we put that book out that was kind of trash and everything. And then he came back and won those second 2 with Kobe. That kind of cemented it. I know the whole Knicks thing, but who the hell has been good with the Knicks?
Yeah, I think, and they kind of forced. They kind of not forced him, but they had to pay
it was
him
almost the same thing in LA that it was in Chicago at the end. It seemed like everybody kind of forced him out.
Yeah, in a weird way. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the story isn't about L.A. why he got forced out there, or he just. I thought he just left. He knew. He knew it was time. Like kind of like Chicago. It's like this is it. Like this is time to get out, and he got out. So I don't know. I'm not super honed in on Phil Jackson and everything. I just know he has a ton of rings.
Oh, let's see. He's worth about 100 million, they say, Scotty, and he ended up making 20 million more than Michael did in his career. So,
Oh, he did.
yeah. So he's not doing.
But Michael, man, Michael had that one thing called Jordan.
Yeah,
That's his name.
this little brand, small brand.
Yeah, the small brand.
I saw
that
somebody had Forbes up, and it was his net worth. Michael's net worth is more than Jerry Reinsworth, the owner of the Bulls and White Sox. No,
really?
Yes, his net worth is more than the former owner of the Bulls, which is pretty funny.
Well, I guess Michael owns the team now too, so
this is true. So it is a little.
Did that? So I don't know if they just connected those. Like he played for the White Sox because the owner owned them, and he just like let him on the team, or how does it?
I think it was something a little bit like that. Well, he said he paid him his basketball contract while he was in Double-A. Paid him his $3 million a year because he made more money than God, I'm sure, with Michael winning in Chicago and all that stuff. So it's like the least I can do is throw him this bone over here.
That's nice.
Because he's basically a free agent. He can sign with anybody. So makes sense. Why wouldn't you? He's a draw.
Yeah.
Imagine, I own the team. Imagine how much money the Double-A. Imagine how much money the Double-A team made just having Michael showing up to games.
Yeah.
Birmingham, Alabama.
They said they had to play at like certain arenas because the media capacity didn't.
Yeah, they had to pump him up to Double-A. He couldn't go to Single-A ball and stuff because it was just too much to handle. Which makes sense. Hey, pretty good baseball player. Shouldn't say
bad.
He's
they
a
said
good baseball player.
Yeah. For coming off playing basketball,
never really playing baseball deep and hitting 200 and driving in 50 runs. I find it. I talked about it last week with Matt. Hilarious that Terry Francona of all people was his manager in minor league baseball.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, right. It could have been any random schmuck that manages Double-A baseball. No, it's Terry Francona, World Series champion and current major league manager. So it's just funny how all that works out. But who else did I think? Everyone. I know Jerry Krause was the villain of this whole thing, and he.
Well, he kind of was because back with the owner, like they blew it up for kind of no reason. They rebuilt and
they didn't rebuild. They rebuilt in quotation marks.
They're still rebuilding to this day.
They were they were almost there. They were almost there until D Rose's knees stopped working.
That's true. But anyways,
exactly. I'm trying to think about. Oh, I really like the Steve Kerr stuff that they had in episode 9.
I was super sad about his death, though.
I know that was tough. I didn't know that, and it was funny because Twitter was destroying Steve Kerr earlier when they talked about the fight with Michael, and he like took the punch in the face, and he's like, Steve Kerr's like, "Oh, Michael punched me in the face." And it was like they were kind of goofing on him like he was that guy. But then
he's happy Michael punched him in the face.
Yeah, like one of those guys. But then the in episode 9 when he talked about his dad and his family and kind of dealing with all that stuff, and it's like, no, that's just kind of Steve Kerr as a guy. He's kind of chillaxed, laid back, and then another amazing basketball career. He got the 4-peat.
He did. I think it's crazy that he just randomly went to Arizona. Like Arizona's a really good basketball school. I don't know how you just randomly got a scholarship late to Arizona.
Maybe they weren't as good back then.
No, they had the famous coach back then, Lou. It doesn't matter. I just think that's funny that he's like, oh, I just got late. I got a random offer from Arizona basketball.
Random offer to Arizona to go play there, and a random D1 offer to a major.
Yeah, like at the end, like you had no offers and you got the random D1 offer.
Well, somebody might have saw him. I mean, somebody sees you shooting in a gym and you're a shooter like that. It's like, there you go. Here's an offer. We got a spot to fill. Or you know how like sometimes a guy falls through that you think you're gonna get, and he commits somewhere else, and it's like, well, we have the scholarship to fill. We don't want to round out the class, and you're getting desperate at this point. So random. I mean, it's not like he couldn't play basketball.
No, he could definitely hoop.
Yeah, it's not like Scotty, Central Arkansas over there.
Dennis Rodman went to he went somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
Yeah, he went to JUCO or was it JUCO or community college? Something weird like that. So another small one. All right, so I think that was overall. I loved it. What do you want to see next from a documentary? Like, what do you want to see next?
I mean, that's it. Like that's what I want to see. I think obviously, I don't know. It's just that's it. I think. I mean, who else could we do something like
I
that
would
on? Like
love
really,
Brady Belichick would be those Patriot teams would be so
you would have
interesting. I think.
you would need to have like all access footage already.
Uh,
Like that's the thing. Like we would need to like someone would need to be sitting on this footage and be like, yeah,
This bad. I don't see they overhyped the footage a little bit. I think they had a little bit from the season. They had a lot more for towards the end in the playoffs, especially the finals and Eastern Conference Finals, which makes sense. It would be stuff you keep sitting on. But I just want the tell-all. The stories and the tell-all are what you want because there's been absolutely nothing out of New England for 20 years, and that was the dynasty.
I don't think you're gonna get a tell all.
Oh, you don't. I could see Brady doing a
Like well,
tell-all.
like
I could see Brady doing a tell-all.
Maybe Brady, but you're not gonna get one on a Belichick.
Well, but we're gonna trust Brady on his tell-all. That's the whole point.
I just that seems messy, you know.
Yeah.
I'm more like I would love a Brady doc, and then he goes into like talks about his relationship with Belichick.
I want the whole story, and then Gronk's the Rodman type character. That's just the wild that doesn't fit in necessarily.
Yeah,
and all this stuff.
I'm trying to think who else. I mean, I saw that there's a Kobe one all like that's like never before all access, but like unfortunately, the sad thing about it is they can't go back and interview Kobe like they did Michael, which I think was one of like the best parts of this at all. They all together is that they were able to cut to like show something, cut to Michael, have him talk about it, and also they brought the iPad, let him watch things. And I just don't.
I like how I feel like they interviewed everybody else and then they did Michael, so they could show him all that stuff because they seem to have footage for everybody break out. Speaking of that, okay, so did you notice Michael's eyes are like dead yellow right now? Like, is that all from the cigar smoke or is that man sick?
I don't know. I saw someone else said that on like Reddit or somewhere like that. I don't know. I honestly, like, older black men sometimes get like that, but I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
Whatever it is.
My man did smoke like 3 or 4 cigars a day for like 15, 20 years. So
yeah, that might be it. I know that's a sickle cell deal. Like your eyes get super yellow, but I don't think he has sickle cell.
Yeah, it'd be tough to be playing in those hostile environments in Utah with that high altitude over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Any other I think I saw ESPN's going to push the Lance Armstrong doc, which will be kind of interesting.
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire. I'm not sure what that's about, but I knew Sammy Sosa like bleached his face, but Jesus, he looks like a whole new man.
Yeah, I know. He does not look Cuban. He was Cuban black, I think, and now he looks like a white guy.
Looks like he looks botched.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that over there. I'm trying to think of any other great, interesting sports stuff. I don't know. Feels like
Bruce Lee. There's a Bruce Lee one. It should be.
That's
cool.
True. It just feels like we have all the footage and access to everybody now that you kind of know 95% of stuff with everybody.
Yeah, the best part is it's probably for the people who didn't know. That's not the people who did it or were watching it and didn't know about this. Is like me and you, like what 98.
Younger,
I'm 3,
younger.
Yeah, and you're like 5 or whatever.
5 or 6.
So I mean that's who it hits. Like when people, especially like when this is on Netflix, and like kids grow up and they watch this, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, this is like Michael Jordan is amazing." So this is exactly what I needed because I knew about Michael Jordan, but like he retired, practically when I was, still in diapers.
He wasn't even in his prime anymore at that point.
Yeah. So when people ask me who's the best player ever, when I grew up, it was Kobe, then LeBron came, and then obviously I love LeBron, so I think LeBron's the best. But that's why I think our generation says LeBron or whatever, because we not have the credibility to go back and really watch Jordan like that, or we weren't there for it, anything like that.
We just get into the discussion of what does it mean to be the best basketball player, because it's not even close. LeBron is a better basketball player if you talk about the game of basketball, because he's a better passer, he's a better scorer, he's a better pretty much rebounder. I mean, LeBron could lead the league in 4 categories if he wanted to in his prime.
Yeah,
Michael couldn't do
I
that.
totally agree with it. The LeBron's a more of a like all around athlete like essence, but like when you're talking killer,
Yeah,
it's Michael
Michael is
Jordan.
kill. And that it kind of takes the shine off of Kobe a little bit. I know that people always had that shine on Kobe. It's like Kobe is MJ light, and that's what the older generation said, and they're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's definitely MJ like, and it is what it is. It's opinion. If someone says Michael Jordan's better, I'm not gonna fight him on it. Whatever. If someone says LeBron's better, I'm not gonna fight him there either. It's totally up for opinion. I don't think there's. I guess a truly only thing would be is like if LeBron won 3 more titles, and that might do it. But LeBron's got swept in the finals twice, and it's just
To like the all-time one of the all-time best teams ever in that Durant, Curry,
yeah. Well, he got swept by
the Dynasty Spurs, but he also took a bunch of bums to the finals.
Yeah,
it's
he
not
did.
like Michael took bums to the. Michael couldn't get bums out of the first round of the Eastern Conference.
So it's just like all about your opinion of who you think. I think if if everyone understands like these are the 2 greatest basketball players ever. So I think there's no doubt about that they're up there. They're 1A, 1B. That's great. It's even like for LeBron's sake for even to be mentioned in that era, it should be more than enough. But obviously you want to be the best.
And everyone's talking about, it hurts LeBron a little bit with this, bringing light on all of Jordan's greatness and the season not going on currently for basketball. But it makes it even more impressive because you saw how tired and worn out Michael Jordan was with great players around him. He could only do a three-peat, had to quit for 2 years, could do another three-peat, maybe would have had a gas for another fourth. LeBron went to 8 straight finals. And,
That's true.
And he's still looking strong, and he's looking to go 9 out of 10 this year if they ever get basketball back going again. So that says a little bit more to the fact of long-term sustainability and durability, being able to deal with all those miles on there. I saw, what was the stat? Oh, LeBron has 2,000 more minutes than Vince Carter, who's played 5 more seasons than him.
Yeah, LeBron has a lot of miles on his body. Speaking of getting back to basketball, I think we're gonna get there.
I do too.
More and more I hear if California's letting people play basketball like with no fans in June 1st, I see no reason why we can't get basketball back together, figure something out. I feel like that was a state that was constantly been hit the hardest by all this. And
Denver, New York would be the last.
Denver, New York, yeah. I feel like those would be the last 2 to open up something. And if they're saying, "Hey, you guys can play basketball without fans," I think
Colin had a little conspiracy. He's like, "Oh, the billionaires got to Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, said, we're opening this thing back up June 1st. It's happening. Get it open."
Yeah.
So I like that poll.
I don't hate that. I'm sure that might be some of it. But,
Adam Silver's, being a softie though. I've been bashing Adam Silver for so long, and now it's finally coming to light. Like he's not a leader. He's not being a leader.
I'm against you on this one. I like Adam Silver. He does things differently, and I like the way he does things.
He's not handled this well. He listens to Twitter and has been soft. You need to be firm and decisive. Here, we're playing. We're looking at the data. The season's being played. You don't have to give a date.
He said all this.
No. After that got out that it wasn't going to happen, and then the agents were saying stuff, and then the big boys, like I said, because you weren't here, you missed it on the good stuff. The daddies got on the call together, the guys who actually run the league, the players, and said, we're playing. And then they told Adam, we're playing. I know about that. Yeah.
Yes, but I think Adam was being precautious. He has a brand to protect, and those guys sometimes don't see that. So.
I think he listens to Twitter a little bit too much.
I don't think he gets on Twitter.
Oh, they definitely do. The NBA is so proactive and young.
I know, but I don't think he's listening to Twitter, because if that's the case,
he's listening to he's listening to the voices. Somebody is telling him what people are saying and the optics of it. It's not like I told you. I liked Goodell for as much as Goodell kind of sucks. We're having our draft. We're not changing anything. Here are the precautions. We're opening up our facilities here. It's like we're playing the season. Here's our schedule.
He listens to the owners, though, so that's a little different.
Well, I think the owners want fans in the stands, and I think he's more for that anyway, or for no fans. But he's like, we're playing. We're gonna take care of this. He has the luxury of not being in season, but
so it's much easier to make these decisions.
Even I feel like baseball was even a little bit more proactive. Has been a little bit more proactive than the NBA, trying to get a season set.
I mean, you're not wrong, but baseball is much easier to
They're not.
do this.
So they have a plan in place apparently, but the players are going to vote it down because they don't want a revenue share this year because of a salary cap. Because they don't want a salary cap in baseball essentially for this year, and the owners say it's funny that it's cheap. It would be cheaper for them not to pay the players at all this year and have no season than it would be to play them in regular contracts with no fans, which shows you how much money baseball makes over there.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous.
Hey, I like it.
I hope it comes back. Hope it all comes back. I don't see why MLS is not hopping on trying to come back. They're playing soccer overseas now. They
just started, and Germany's been probably the most locked down of anybody as far as dealing with everything. So they're the first kind of test thing. Everybody's lifting the lockdowns. Like, I think towards the end of the month, people are going to start getting back into practice these next few weeks here. And then probably second week of June, we'll start seeing stuff. I mean, I would assume fans are done till next year for pretty much everything. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fans are done, or there's some type of protocol.
that was another thing I hate about Adam Silver. What he said no fans like next season, also like 2021, no fans. What? Yeah, you don't know what things are gonna look like.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Fans is tough because I know the Miami Dolphins came out and said they did a seating chart where they could do social distancing and still have fans in the stands. My whole thing is like, if you're a season ticket holder and your seats are cut off for social distancing, like how do you work all that out? From like, oh, you get your seats, you don't get your seats, like what's the process? And I'm sure there's like a hierarchy, and I'm sure that's just the process. But usually people in the hierarchy aren't.
What I think they should do. So I don't think they're making anybody pay, and you're not losing your season tickets if you don't want them.
My uncle had to pay for his licensing on his season
and stuff. But if you don't go, there was something. The NFL said they were going to do something where you don't lose your tickets if you don't purchase the tickets for the games, especially if there's no fans. I'm sure they're going to refund everybody if they do that. I think what you should do is, because you have a row, and I think my dad said 5 people. You do 5 at each end of the row, and maybe you raffle them off. It's just like, if you're a season ticket holder in this row, here's the raffle. Or maybe you get a half a season. You get 2 games, you get 2 or 4 games instead of 8 that you can have access to, and they kind of do a workaround if you want to do something. Because I'm okay with half fans, or a fourth of fans.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I just know from like a, ticketing standpoint and like looking at the ops standpoint of it, like how do you, and the customer service standpoint, how do you explain that to people who want to attend the games? Like, oh, you can only go to certain games.
Just tell them extenuating circumstances.
I know, but you said that to the people who give money each year in and year out, and they won't be back next year. So
but then somebody else will be in to take their seats, except for 1 or 2 franchises. I mean, Green Bay has a waiting list of like 80 years to get season tickets.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not the right thing to do, but there's a way to figure it out, and I don't know. I don't see what the difference is when I'm in a grocery store and this homeboy's looking for ketchup, I'm looking for mustard, and we're right next to each other. I guess it's only for like 30 seconds, but I have a mask on, so
you shouldn't be next to homeboy. Stay away from homeboy.
Anyway,
getting the ketchup.
Anyways, I'm grabbing it and whatever. So
Run.
I don't know. It's if you require a mask, does that help? And
yes,
everyone can
my mask protects you. Your mask protects me. That's the go with it thing.
That's the go. So if everyone has to wear a mask,
the problem is touching, and there's a lot of
touching,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah, contact, like rubbing it next to people, like walking down the aisle. You're basically touching everybody walking down an aisle.
Especially at sporting events, you're like. You're
bumping.
You're in it.
You're brushing. You're brushing. There's a lot of contact of strangers.
A lot of contact.
And so
I don't know. Maybe you could make it. You could set it up where like this is going off a tangent. Like people walk in a single file line. Like you make rows for people to walk in.
People are always so ordered to pay attention to all the rules. We've already seen how well that goes in regular life.
There's ways you can do it though. there's like bike fence and all that stuff you can do where like people can't cross through and all that
I
stuff.
I don't know
That
how.
sounds like a lot though.
Yeah, it's a lot
though.
of extra work, and who knows if people will listen.
But hey, if it gets everyone in the stadium, personally, I would be willing to do the extra work.
I think they could have capacity. What do you think about Fox? Already said that they're going to pump in crowd noise through the broadcast. If there's
I saw that. I hate that. I want to hear the real Jill stuff.
How? What if they get the timing wrong on the cheer? Like get loud part. Like, oh, this might be a big play. I don't know.
I don't know how they.
Yeah, they're gonna just guess. They got a computer algorithm, Terrell, to tell on the success of a play going.
Well, I guess it's already a delay, so they might be able to do it. Honestly, there's already like a natural 6
seconds, delay, yeah.
So that 6 seconds might be able to give them someone. Oh, hit the horn, whatever button or whatever. So. But
you also have the natural crowd cheering for a play that's not going to happen because it's coming back because of a penalty. They're gonna be that good.
I don't know. I just think we would need to see how it sounds with crowd noise and without.
I think was it the Korean baseball was piping it in on their broadcast? I want to say it sounded pretty weird.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not gonna sound great, but it's unprecedented times, and what can you really do?
That's true. Speaking of unprecedented times, the last thing I want to touch on this week, NFL offseason. What is going on with everybody getting arrested this offseason? So no team activity, so everyone's got to act a fool?
Man, I don't know. And this is like a normal offseason. Dudes usually get in trouble. I feel like it's a little bit more. It's a lot now.
There's maybe one or two, I would say, in a regular offseason.
Yeah, maybe one or two, but it seems like it's a lot now, and I really don't know what the problem is. I'm going to. There's a couple people. You told me Quentin Williams came to the airport with a gun.
Can't do. Yeah, airport with a gun in New York. So that's a double dip.
That's like, isn't like immediately getting thrown in jail in New York? Because it's like
he got arrested. That's it's a criminal possession of a firearm in New York City. You can't.
That's like a big deal, right?
Yeah, that's why Plaxico went to jail because he shot himself.
Yeah, those guys like jump on you like, no, there's no like, oh, come here, sir, like come with us. I like throw you to the ground and like all this other stuff. So
I like how all first round picks for the 3 New York teams in 2019 got arrested. Him, Ed Oliver, and then DeAndre Baker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're slipping up there in New York. Ed Oliver. I don't understand this one. DUI, obviously. Getting arrested for unlawfully carrying a firearm in Houston, Texas? Dude, do you know how easy it is to get a gun license in Texas? Come on, man.
I don't know. Let's back up.
Oh.
Why do you have a DUI, homie? You have millions of dollars.
The lockdown eased up in Texas last weekend, so people are going to go out and act a fool.
No, I understand that, but like Uber, Lyft, I know the NFL has a service for this. I know they do. Just call it, bro. Don't try to like be macho man and say I can drive and all this other stuff. Especially if you got a weapon in the car. I think some people just think they're invisible at times, and I sometimes I found a victim to that too. But I don't have a weapon in my car, so I don't have to worry about that. But come on now, you just gotta be smarter at times. And I know he's from Houston, and sometimes things are rough around there and everything. So I'm assuming that's the reason why he carries a gun is because he is at Oliver in Houston. He's like, someone's probably gonna try me.
Also, everybody carries. It feels like everybody carries a gun. If you're in the NFL, it's just like a status thing on top of it.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like, why? Why do you need to carry a gun? You can hire somebody to carry a gun for you and protect you.
And then on top of that, if you're gonna carry a gun, at least get it, a lawful register. It's not that difficult. Was Ed Oliver going to go kill somebody with a burn? Was it a burner? Like, is he gonna go smoke somebody? I don't think so.
Yeah, man, I don't understand. I will give Quentin Williams this benefit of the doubt here. If he didn't know his gun was in his bag when he packed his stuff, that might be the reason. That's
usually the reason. Guy said like, shit, I don't even,
I didn't even know that was in there. Like, I put it in there, locked it away, months
ago. Who knows how many? Yeah, that doesn't say. That's not a good look on. Yeah, I got multiple guns. I don't know where they all are.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's it, but like, I don't know. I always, when I pack,
Hey man, maybe when you're that level of an athlete, you think you can just do whatever. Like that's not a big deal.
I guess I don't know. I wouldn't forget that my whatever guns in my suitcase though. That's another thing.
That's true. And then let's see,
But
Greg Robinson, Cleveland, drug mule across the Texas border over there. That was a bad one. What else?
That was a bad one.
And then so the recent one was Quentin Dunbar and DeAndre Baker with weirdness going on in Florida. I don't know what they're both charged with armed robbery, stealing like cash and jewelry at a party. I don't know what was going on here with this. What are you thinking?
So some of these times you see the headline and you don't know why. And my thought is like they are stealing something back that was possibly theirs. That's my guess. If I'm on be on their side, it's like, hey, someone robbed us. Like, fuck those guys. Let's go back and get our money and our stuff. Just off principle, like, I don't want to get, like, even if it's, like, $600 a jury, you can replace it.
It was a fake watch, too. They stole a fake watch.
Yeah, so I don't know if someone stole it from him and they figured out who it was and they're like, we about to go get our money back or whatever. So that's my guess on why they would do that. Other than that, I have no clue why they're stealing.
It reminds me of who are those guys? Was it Isaiah Golden at A&M and somebody else? They robbed that guy. They were buying weed from that guy and they wanted to steal his Jordans too. So they robbed him just for, because we want to choose. So you question people sometimes. So I did hear this whisper apparently. So apparently it was a gambling debt and they lost $70K. And they may have found out the gambling wasn't on the up and up. They may be shooting some dice that were a little bit loaded. When you lose $70K shooting with loaded dice,
I see.
You might have to take a little repercussions on somebody.
That makes more sense now.
So that's what I heard may have been the issue. Definitely were gambling at the party or whatever, and somebody may have had some not so clean dice.
So they carry around $35K a piece, or someone had $70K. How much? I mean, how's that?
Shit, man, you saw the way Jordan gambled in the dock in the back of the plane playing cards and stuff. Why not?
No,
guys just throw cash around. You seen guys go to the strip club?
That's true. But if you go to a party, if I go to a party, I'm not carrying 35
wads of cash, unless you knew you were going to gamble.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you like, hey, bro, they throw a light dice game.
We're gonna go with some clickety clack over here. We're trying to make it quick.
Okay, that makes sense. So my question is, what is that? So if you get gypped out of a dice game, say it's loaded dice, you go back for repercussions. You try to make it right. How can you spin that to get off?
You can't.
It's not self-defense.
You can't.
It's not self-defense.
It's nothing.
Is it?
You got played.
You're screwed.
And you did something illegal, and then you got screwed over doing something illegal, and then you tried to go take illegal repercussions. You're kind of screwed. But
that's good. So the best bet is just to let that battle be won by that guy.
I mean,
or maybe how about you just beat his ass without a gun?
Yeah,
is that probably better?
Yeah, instead of armed robbery, or you wait a little while, or you send somebody else. You send somebody in your crew to go take care of this. You don't immediately go back to the situation.
That's true.
It's not a good look. I mean, I understand. I'd be pissed too if somebody screwed me out of $70K like that, but be a little bit smarter than that. Yeah, you are in the NFL.
I don't know about hiring somebody because they kill him. That comes back on you too.
No, I mean not kill. You get one of your boys. It's somebody in your crew. You don't hire. It's somebody in your crew. You go rough them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
make sure that doesn't come back to me.
Yeah, and then anytime they see you, they're thinking twice around you.
Yeah,
but you don't. Like you said though, you don't want things to spiral. Then their crew comes back at you, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, so
maybe just don't do shady activities. If you want to gamble, go to Vegas. Just go gamble in Vegas. It's not a big deal. They'll be more than happy to take all your money.
Or just take your L as it is, and like, hey, I'm chalking that day up as an L. I'm gonna keep it moving.
We gonna get it back on that. So all right, I think that's gonna do it for us this week. You got anything else? No.
I have nothing else. Do we have any? Oh wait, do we have Tiger, Brady, Phil?
Is that next
Peyton?
week?
Is that next week? That next week or this Saturday?
Is it? I thought it was during the week. I thought it was like maybe I don't know when that is. That's a good point. Why you want to pick it?
I would love to pick it.
Well, we can pick it now if you want. Let's just pick it. You got a Brady Phil or Tiger Peyton.
Oh, it's this Sunday.
It is?
So,
all right. There you go.
This Sunday. And
it's on TNT.
It's on TNT. I don't know. I'm gonna take Tiger Peyton.
I want to go that way too.
I'm gonna take the Nike guys.
I want to go Tiger Peyton too, just because Peyton's been retired for so long. He's been had a little time to work on his golf game. I feel like Peyton's gonna have a strong golf game, unlike Tom Brady, who just eats, sleeps, and lives, breathes football. So, all right, I'm kind of with you. I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna be fun. I know they said like on hole 5 they can only use one club for the whole hole. So.
Oh, really? That should be fun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. Watch it.
It gives us something. We're slowly getting more and more stuff.
Yeah, but people are slowly figuring out how to do things, and it's great. Because if this happens again, we'll be prepared.
That's true, and maybe we'll be ready to play some stuff, watch some stuff. Hopefully, things all roll smoothly. Have a normal football season in the fall, even if it's without fans. Things are looking up, hopefully, for everybody. So, all right, that's gonna do it for us this week, and we'll see you all next week.